Hi, this is Aya from Tip Tops. In this video, I'll be explaining how to read a diagram pattern like this one. So here she states that this symbol is a chain. This one is a double crochet in using the American terms. In the UK terms is a triple. And the X here is going to be a slip stitch. So where do we start? We start at number 1, but if we go lower than number 1, we've got this circle. So this circle contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chains, and then she closes those chains and starts at number 1, which is row 1. You can start with chains or you can start with a magic circle. If you flip the pattern, I'm going to link the pattern in the description box. Number 1 here, she started with 3 chains and then she started making double crochet in this circle. So when you count them, they're going to be 13. So all she did is that she made 13 double crochet in this circle. So let me show you how it's done. You can use any yarn for this. She started with chains. I'm going to start with a magic ring because it's much easier for me. So I'm just going to make a magic ring and work 3 chains as she did. Then I'll be working 13 double crochet in this magic ring. I'm just working the stitches kind of fast because if you're watching this video, you already know how to do the double crochet itself. So I've done my 13 double crochet. I'm just gonna pull this to close my circle. That's why I like using the magic ring, because if I work chains, I can't control this hole. So I just want it the smallest as possible. Okay, then I finished this row. I'm gonna flip paper again, and then just above this double crochet you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 chains. Then this double crochet is worked directly into the next one, in the next one, and so on. So if you look at every single one of them and count them, you're gonna have 13 double crochet. So if you count them, they're going to be, I'm sorry, where were we? Okay. If you count them, they're going to be 13. And between every double crochet and the other, you're going to have 1 chain. Okay. So we're not missing any double crochets here. So if we work this, I'm going to flip my work, start with a 4 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the 3 chains, I'm going to count them as a double crochet. Okay, so I'm not going to be working in this first stitch because I've got the chains coming out of it. I'm going to be working in the next double crochet. Just going to work 1 double crochet. Then I'm going to work a chain 1 and a double crochet in the next double crochet. So I'm not going to skip anything. All I'll be doing is that working 1 double crochet, 1 chain, till I get 13 double crochet, and I'm not counting the beginning 3 chains. Okay, I worked till the end, but if I count my stitches, they're going to be 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I'm missing 1. I worked the chain 1, don't forget the chain 1. And then I'll be working in the space between the beginning 3 chains and the double crochet of my previous round. Some people work into the stitches itself, into the chains themselves, but they loosen up and I don't like how they look. So I've got my 13 double crochet. This is for the second row. For the third row, I worked first one, second one, and this one is going to be my third one. So if you flip the pattern, we start with 3 chains, and then this is a double crochet. It's coming out of the space for the chain 1. After we work 3 double crochet. Let's stop here and apply this. Okay, let's work 3 chains and the double crochet in the space of chain 1 of the previous round, and then I'll work 3 chains. After I've worked 3 chains, I've got 6 double crochet here, but they're coming out of the double crochet that I just worked. So I'll be working them around the double crochet or the space between the 3 chains and the double crochet that I just worked. So I'm not going to be working in the previous round, I'm going to be working at the stitch that I just done. I just did. Okay, let's do the double crochet. 1, 2, 3. If I'm working around the double crochet or in the space between the double crochet and the chain, it's all the same. It's the same place. 4, 5, and 6. 2, 4, 6. So this is the part. And then after I finish them on this same row, the next stitch is a slip stitch, because here she says it's a slip stitch. Okay, you can do it a slip stitch, you can do it a single crochet. Both of them are so alike, it's not gonna show it in your work at all. So I've got this slip stitch, but not in the next chain space. So you're gonna skip 1 chain space and work a slip stitch in the next one. So I'm gonna skip 1 and work a slip stitch in the next chain space. And then I'll be repeating what I just did. So coming out of this slip stitch, I've got 3 chains, a double crochet, 3 chains, and 6 double crochet around the double crochet that I just worked. I'm going to repeat this 5 times, and then we're going to start doing something else. So let me just do this again. I've done my slip stitch. I'm going to work a chain 3, and then I'm going to work a double crochet in the same place, a chain 3, and then I'll be working a double crochet between the double crochet I just worked and the chain 3 of this same round, not the previous one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to skip the next chain space. I'm going to work in the next one a slip stitch, and I'll be repeating till I have about 5 fans. I've done 2, I've got 3 to go. So I've done my 5 fans, here they are, and I've closed the last one with a slip stitch, and I'm going to stop there. So if I look at my 3rd row, I'm going to find it in light gray. So I've done my slip stitch, and then here it shows that I need to work a couple of chains and then slip stitch in the chain 3 of the previous round. Okay, so these chains, they're going to be 7. So it's kind of a tricky pattern, but if you just like focus on every single row on its own, you're going to be able to work it perfectly fine. Let me chain the 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I slip stitch in the space here of my beginning 3 chains from the previous round. So I finished my first flower. Okay, so I finished my third row. Okay, then she numbered them 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, but I need to flip my pattern to be able to read what I need to do on the 4th row. So I stopped here. I need to chain 3 and then work 13 double crochet in the space of the chain 7. Okay, so it will be exactly what I did here, but this time I'm doing it in a chain, not in a magic ring as I did before, and it's going to be wider than the beginning chain. So I'm going to flip my work, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then work a 13 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Let me count them again. 10, 13. And I can just like push them to fill my half circle. I'm done with row number 4. I need to go to row number 5. So number 5, this is the end and this is the beginning. So I need to, after this last double crochet, I've got a slip stitch. I can do the slip stitch either in the space of the chain 3 or in the double crochet just in front of it, or just, that was before, after it. Okay, and then I'm going to chain 4, and then I'm going to work a double crochet in every single double crochet of the previous round. How did I know that? First of all, if you count those double crochets, you're going to find them that they are 13, but they look more because there's a lot of spaces between them. That's it. But the first one, if I look at the first one, I'm not going to feel that it's worked in the first one. The main reason is that the chain 3 plus 1 here is counted as a double crochet. So the first one, I'm not going to work into it. I'm going to work into the next one. In every single one afterwards, you're going to find each double crochet coming from the previous one, and so on, in every one, except for the first one. So I'm just going to flip my work again. Before flipping my work, I need to work my slip stitch. I'm going to work it in the last one here, last double crochet here, because sometimes when I worked it before in the chain 3 space, or this place, it made everything just like very tight. So I slip stitched. Here it is. Gonna turn my work, chain 4, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm not going to work in the first double crochet, I'm going to work in the next one, because my chain 3 plus 1 is a double crochet. I'm counting it as a double crochet for the chain 3. And the chain 1 is the chain 1 space that I'm working on this row. So I made a double crochet, a chain 1, and then a double crochet, chain 1 again. Every single one is in the next double crochet. I'm not skipping any double crochet here. So I reached to my last one, but I only have 12 because I'm not counting this one right now. I'm just counting the number of double crochets. There's supposed to be 13. So I chain 1 and work my double crochet either in the beginning 3 chains of my previous round or in the space before it. So here is my round 5. For round 6, I'm coming out of this double crochet with a 3 chain, a double crochet, 3 chains, and 6 double crochet, just like row number 3. I'm just going to work it exactly the same, and I'm just going to work it like 5 fans as well, or 5 groups as well. So I'm going to flip my work, I'm going to chain my 3, and I'm going to work a double crochet in the first chain 1 space, gonna chain 3, and then I'm gonna work a 6 double crochet in this space, or around my first double crochet, or the double crochet I just worked. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Gonna slip stitch not in the next chain space but in the next one, so I'm gonna skip 1 and work 1. So this is my first group. Gonna chain 3, double crochet in the same place, chain 3, and 6 double crochet around the double crochet I just made on this row. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then I'm skip 1 and work 1, slip stitch. I'm gonna repeat it till I have 5. I worked my 5, and then I'm gonna do exactly what I did on the first one. I've got my 5 groups here, and then I'm working here, and then I've got a slip stitch, chain 7, and I slip stitch again in the beginning, chain 4, and I repeat exactly this part on and on and on. So you're going to have a flower on the left, a flower on the right, a flower on the left, one on the right, and so on. So I'm going to work another flower just to show you how it is, how it's going to look like, and then come back, show it to you. Okay, so this is how it looks like if I add a third flower. So if you like this video, I'd like you to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.